You're listening to the Wits Max Show. I'm Vidhi Makwana and I'll teach you the no fluff way to get your service based business fully sold out without needing thousands of Instagram followers, pay for ads, or any coaching or niche certificates. Wondering how that's possible? I've done it and multiple of my clients have too, and now I'm here to show you how you can too. Listen on to find out how. Welcome back to another episode of the Witsmack Show, and today I'm sharing another testimonial of one of my clients who literally went from an icy cold audience. No one was inquiring for her one-on-one. She had been selling it and talking about it for weeks to actually signing 3 dream clients in one day for her one-on-one after just 4 weeks of shifting her content. And I'm going to share the 4 steps that we took around her content that brought these results. So let me give you a little bit of context around this client. Okay, so she came to me when she was struggling with selling her one-on-one, as I already told you. What happened was that because it's a one-on-one, it's her highest ticket offer, and selling it at this price, I felt like she was feeling a little bit off, or feeling like she wasn't able to charge that much with integrity, with feeling like, yes, I am worth it. She was feeling like I am doing too much, right? So the first thing that I asked her was, do you believe in your offer? And she was like, I believe in it. Heck yes. I believe in it so much. I know the value that it brings, and it was a heck yes from her. But she said that I think it's missing something because people aren't joining. And here's something that I want to tell you. It's a little bit of perspective shift that I want to make. And the reason why I'm saying this, and this is the same thing that I told her that made a huge change for her as well. And there's one more exercise that we did together, and I'll share that as well. But the thing that happened was that what I told her is that it's not your offer. If you believe, if you know that your offer is the value that you're bringing from your offer is the best, it's not your offer, it's not your price. You don't need to change anything or add anything to your offer to make it a no-brainer so that people buy. The reason which is because of which people aren't buying is that you just need to shift your content. And that made a huge shift for her. But even because of that, there were a few things like I knew that she had that confidence problem for charging that much. And I gave her an exercise of being like, what are 101 reasons why people would join your one-on-one at this price? And I made her do this exercise. And the next time we met, she had that done. Now, let me give you a little bit more context around where she was before she joined, right? She had been talking about her one-on-one for weeks. And here's where she was. She was like, for days, she had not heard any inquiries. It felt like she was talking to a wall. This is everything that she told me on the call. And when she did get the inquiries, people would ghost her after hearing her prices. Like literally at the price, she would ghost her, which is why she had that confidence issue with that. And she was also questioning her price, but she wanted to keep at it because she was like, I just want to charge high. Okay, this is my price. This is my price. And no matter what, I'm going to keep it, right? So she was keeping the price, but she was also having a hard time selling it at that price. And she felt like she had tried everything and was asking herself, what the heck am I missing? So if you feel like I am literally at this place, I have the solution for you inside this podcast episode. Okay. So as I said, I had her write down 101 reasons why people would pay this much. And she was like, she was so much more confident the next time she met me on the call. And it was so good. And these are the steps that we took after that mindset exercise and after all of the mindset shifts and all of the things that we did. The 4 steps that we took, the meat of this episode. First of all, clarity on her high level client who would pay her the high ticket price. This was step one. So what we did around this is us understanding who this client is. What level is this client at? If you're speaking to, for example, if you're speaking to beginners, I went through her content, and what I noticed is that she was literally creating content for the beginners in her industry. People who have just entered, they are going to have, I've talked about this a lot, and I will keep saying this because this is the biggest mistake I see from most of the clients who come to me. They are literally creating content for beginners. And what happens with that is that these people are not yet committed to make change. And if they are not committed to make change, they are not going to invest in it, which is why the buyer's journey is going to be so much more longer, and you're going to have to wait so much more longer until they are ready to buy from you, which is why even though you've been speaking about this for weeks, people aren't buying because you're speaking to the wrong person. So we decided, if you're going to charge this much, right, who are you going to speak to? Who are these people who will be ready to pay for this? So we went at a next level after the beginners, the next level of the client, and we mapped out all of the things about, like, what are the micro goals that they have during their daily life? What are the micro problems that they are facing during their daily life, right? Talking about this level, new level of client, okay? Not talking about the beginners. So her content literally just shifted all together. Literally the content shifted. So instead of speaking to someone who and attracting people who were beginners, who were at the beginner level, now she's speaking to the people who are at the next level. And these people are, we know that these people are committed. These people don't need convincing. They are literally looking for solution out there. And she showed her that she has the solution through the messaging that we are going to talk about in the next step. But we also mapped out what are the things this client is doing, thinking she's doing the right thing, and how we can call those out in our content. So what they are doing right now, that is a red flag, and we can call those out, right? The step number two that we did, so this is all like the clarity, ideal client clarity. The step number two that we did was building an offer messaging. We created an offer messaging that sets herself and her offer as the obvious choice for this client, an offer messaging that is positioned as the solution to their daily life problems, and offer messaging that shows how this is the best solution out there. So your offer messaging, literally, when you create your offer messaging, it has to be something that sets your offer apart from other offers out there, sets you apart from other coaches or mentors out there, or if you are a service provider, from other service providers out there. Like, what are you bringing to the table that's different, and why that difference that you are bringing to the table is so much more important for bringing the results, for bringing the actual results, and why should they desire it? That is all what your offer messaging is, right? And you need to position it as the solution to their problem, right? So your offer messaging has to be seen as like, this is the solution, and if you're not working on this, what is the cost of not working on this? So you need to, this is what your offer messaging is. Once your offer messaging is there, now you can map out the content that speaks to this offer messaging and repeats this message again and again, so that you're speaking to the right person and you're speaking to their problems, their micro goals, their micro problems, and they are pulled towards you. So the step three, obviously, it's mapping out the content that repeats this message multiple times so that it sinks into their brain and they are like sold on your messaging. And when someone is sold on your messaging, obviously, because your messaging is also setting you apart from other people and other coaches, other mentors, and other offers out there, when they're sold on this messaging, they are like, there's no other way that I can learn this from, right? You are the only person. And this is what makes you the obvious person, obvious choice, right? So the content that we mapped out, we made sure that it speaks to their micro goals and micro problems of their daily life, so that we are calling them out through the headlines, and People can literally actually filter themselves out from reading those headlines and be like, she's speaking to me. That is very important when you have literally shifted your audience, because previously this client was talking to beginners. Now we had to make sure that we are speaking to a completely different person. To make sure that we are speaking to this person, we had to shift the headlines and speak to this new level of clients, micro goals and micro problems, so that the people who are reading this, they can filter themselves out whether or not this is for them. And that does the exact job of bringing in the right people, right? So first thing we did that content. We also made sure with the content that it gives them a direction around what the solution could be, which is obviously your hint that this is your offer messaging for their immediate problem, right? What is the actual solution that could be there? And we are giving them a hint of around your offer messaging. So every single content that you're creating is giving them a hint around your offer messaging, that this is what the solution is. This is what the solution is, right? And the next thing we made sure with her content is that her content gives them a view inside what's possible through the solution that she's sharing, because this is the messaging, right? So we are again selling them on the messaging, but again showing them what's possible for them, right? So that is the step 3, creating all of the content, mapping out the content. Step 4 is creating content that activates your audience to jump inside your offer. So this is the most important thing. So even when you've done all of the things before and you know how to create messaging and you know how to create content around that messaging, if you don't know how to create content that activates these people, they are still going to be stuck over there. Which is why once your audience has been sold on your offer messaging, you've done all of the job, right? You've created all of the content, you've given them all of the direction giving content and all of that. All you need is to create content that activates them. So content that builds desire to join your offer, content that shows them what it would be like to join your offer, content that shows them what's possible because of the messaging, which means because of the solution that you have, not anyone else, right? And this is what we did. Okay, these are the steps that we took. And after doing this is what she sent me. She sent me a message that said, I made 3 sales in a day because of the posts that we have been sharing. And that means that she made $4,500 in a day. So here's the thing that I want to share with you. She is no different client of mine. She is just like you. She's not a business or marketing coach. And she didn't even start with a hot audience. She started with a completely cold audience who wasn't even, like, no one was inquiring, or even if the people who were inquiring, those were low level clients, for lack of better words, I would say that. But she moved and did the work that she needed to get these results. And the best part is that even after these results, she gets to keep these skills with herself for life to keep bringing such results in her business. This is the exact framework, literally, that I teach you inside the Copy to Cash Academy, because not just her, there are multiple people inside Copy to Cash seeing results just like this. Hitting their highest cash months, moving towards scaling their income from last month, signing multiple clients in a day, getting to work with the most dreamiest clients, finally loving their business and the content creation. Like, this is what's possible for you as well. When you master these tools, frameworks, and strategies that I teach you inside the Copy to Cash Academy, you'll be the next testimonial in here, or on my stories, or on my posts. Like, you'll be everywhere. Not just to be in there, but to actually help yourself scale the business in the way that you want. In the way where you don't need to sell as many spots. Even if you have a smaller audience, you don't need to feel the pressure to increase your audience just because you're selling a low ticket offer. I'm not saying that you should never sell low ticket offers, but if you want the easier way out, even I sell low ticket offers, okay? But if you want an easier way out of being like, I know that I have a small audience, right? I know that I only want to make like 5 sales in a month. for example, right? And that is going to be easier for me, and I would have to work less, and I can spend time with my family, and I can work on my business behind the scenes. And I love that part much more than selling a high ticket offer is going to be much more easier, and it's going to help you reach your income goal so much more faster, so much more easier, and that is what's available for you. So I know that you're ready to take your audience from cold to spicy hot and fill your DMs with dreamy AF clients ready to pay high ticket, finally selling out your offers with ease without needing to launch if you don't want to. And I teach you this exact framework inside Copy to Cash Academy. You know the details of Copy to Cash Academy. I teach you every single thing, starting from what ideal client, like figuring out, understanding your ideal client, the sequence that you need to share to warm up your audience, and what makes ideal client ticks. What is the content that activates your audience? What are the different types of buyers that you need to speak to in different phases of the launch or in different phases of your sales if you don't want to launch, and how to launch if you want to learn that. What are the different kinds of master classes that you need to create? Like all of these things, it's like a full jam packed thing where you learn every single thing that you need to in order to sell out your high ticket offers. You get lifetime access to all the trainings as soon as you join, and you get immediate access to the modules and the worksheets, templates, and copy starters as soon as you join, so that it helps you implement. I always say, and this is the truth, that all of my offers are actually implementation focused. I make sure that every single thing that I'm teaching you, it's not just theory, it's about how you can practically apply that. And which is why there are worksheets, templates, prompts, copy starters, every single thing to help you implement easily and bring results faster. So that is what I want to share with you. The link is in the show notes to join Copy to Cash if this feels like, oh my God, yes, I feel the pull towards this offer. Check out the Copy to Cash Academy through the link in the show notes, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining.